Hey, welcome in. Well, you ever heard of the Streisand effect? Let's do just a quick little refresher on it before we start this video. Streisand effect, it's a social phenomenon that occurs when an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information has the unintended consequence of further publicizing that information, often via the internet. And why is it called the Streisand effect? Well, Barbara Streisand filed a lawsuit to remove an alleged aerial photograph of her mansion from the publicly available collection of 12,000 California coastline photographs. So the photograph of her house was one of 12,000 publicly available. Now, before she filed the lawsuit, it had been viewed 6 times, twice by her lawyers. After the lawsuit, it had been viewed 420,000 times. 420,000 times. So that's the Streisand effect. It has the opposite effect of what you're intending. If your intention is censorship, blocking information. And that relates to this story. MIT. Twitter ban nearly doubled the visibility of Hunter Biden laptop story. So that's MIT looked into it, and that's what they found. And let's take a look at what happened here. Twitter's crackdown on a controversial New York Post story that purported to show new emails from Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, about his business dealings while Joe Biden was the vice president in the Obama administration. That nearly doubled the story's visibility and triggered the so-called Streisand effect, amplifying the Post claims, according to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and a high-profile media intelligence firm. Quote, when Twitter banned and then unbanned links to a questionably sourced New York Post article about Joe Biden's son Hunter, its stated intention was to prevent people from spreading harmful false information as America heads into the final stretch of the election campaign, MIT's Technology Review reported Monday. And this is something that we see often, is that a lot of people, I think due to social pressure and cancel culture, feel even when they're reporting truth, they feel a need to slant it so it favors one side in a partisan way. And we know which side that always is. Quote, but thanks to the cycle of misinformation, there seems to be a bit of a cycle of misinformation just in this quote, actually, and claims from conservatives that social media platforms are deliberately censoring their views, Twitter managed to do the opposite of what it intended. So they're saying here the censorship didn't work, but they're still carrying water for Biden in this. Let's see, what is all this information and harmful false material? Well, let's see. The Department of National Intelligence is at Ratcliffe. Russia disinformation not behind published emails targeting Biden. FBI reviewing, that's what they're saying now. It's all Russian. The Russians are literally behind everything. It just seems strange to me, a country, I think they have like a GDP about the same as like Italy, or maybe a little bit bigger than Italy. It just seems strange to me that they're pulling the strings all over the world. I don't know. I mean, doubtless, yeah, they'll try and influence things around the world, which pretty much every country does. I just wonder if they really have that much power. Did Russia really steal that Amazon package off your doorstep? Anyway. Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, so the Director of National Intelligence, said Monday that recently published emails purporting to document the business dealings of Hunter Biden are not connected to a Russian disinformation effort. Well, okay, well, that's interesting. Let's see. How about this one? Documents show alleged Hunter Biden signature, FBI contacts with computer's repair store owner. The document allegedly signed by Biden details repair work on 3 laptops. Documents obtained by Fox News appear to show Hunter Biden's signature on paperwork from the Delaware computer repair shop where the former vice president's son reportedly dropped off a laptop that included emails related to his overseas business dealings. So I think a lot in this quote here from MIT is highly questionable, to be honest. So, the false material and misinformation that they're talking about in this MIT quote here may not be the false material and misinformation that they think. Just going to interrupt for 1 second to say, if you like this content, subscribe so you can see more. Thanks a lot. But anyway, let's continue. In fact, Twitter's efforts triggered a massive spike in interest in the story. According to Signal Labs, a media intelligence firm, shares of the Post article nearly doubled after Twitter started suppressing it. Yeah, I guess people don't like being told what they can and can't see, especially when it relates to something as important as an election. And let's finish this off. It says, worse still for Twitter, it appears the incident will now result in a full-scale congressional investigation. Well, actually, it looks like that may not actually be happening. Why? Well, Twitter and Facebook have a lot of money and they know how to use it. But I'll be keeping an eye on that and I'll let you know what I find out. But the question is, this is clearly partisan, right? The ban on that story was clearly partisan. They don't do this to the New York Times or Washington Post. They didn't do this with, just one example. They didn't do this with the Trump tax return stuff. There was absolutely no attempt to, hold that back until they could confirm it, right? So it's clearly partisan. And the purpose is to stop people from seeing it. So it didn't work in terms of, numbers of people seeing it. But did any of the people that went looking for it, were they people that were going to be influenced by it anyway? I wonder. Because one effect that this would have is that if you are automatically inclined to not want to see that, it has a de facto effect of kind of discrediting it already. And this censorship was used by mainstream media outlets who were looking for any excuse to discredit the story immediately anyway. So did this have the effect of preventing people who might be influenced by that story from seeing it? Because it just kind of puts a stink on it right from the start before anybody's even had a chance to take a look at it. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. I thank you for that. If you just want to listen, there's the podcast. It's on pretty much every platform, including Spreaker. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.